Greetings, wild ones, wildlings, and indigo brothers and sisters. Just going to talk about change and can people change? Can you change? Like change your habits, change your thoughts, change your life. A lot of people think that it's impossible to change. Just making my orange juice while I'm doing this, because these oranges are going to go off. They're just rotting on the ground everywhere. So I have to use them before they rot. People just leave them to rot. It's such a waste of food. But yeah, change. Can people change? And yeah, I used to think probably not, especially stubborn people. Stubborn people can't change. Even if it's for the better, for their own good, they can't change. But I have been pleasantly surprised lately. I had my partner, my soulmate, turn around and tell me the other day that he can no longer eat meat, like the smell and taste of sausages. Those frankfurters are putting him off now, and this is someone that I thought would never ever change. Like, we've been in the process of trying to have a plant-based diet for health reasons and spiritual reasons and for the welfare of the animals. It's only fair, because you don't need a lot of animal products. You actually don't need. You can get all the nutrition and protein you want from vegetables, so it's unnecessary pain and torture for those animals. So anyway, yeah, my partner's totally freaked me out, and because when I first started changing my diet, cleaning up my diet, I was really preying on him and my kids about what they were eating. So they would sneak off and eat stuff behind my back. And yeah, so it's like a big shock to me that now my partner has finally come to the conclusion that he can no longer eat abused, tortured animals. He said to me the other day that he could taste the fear and the torture, and even taste the feel the butcher's knife going in, and feel the smell of the slaughterhouse, because he's been on farms before and he knows what it smells like. But now he's noticing it, and that's just from slowly cutting out meat products from our diet. His body's now becoming repulsed and repelled by it. The more, the less meat we're eating, the more repulsed by it we've become when we are trying it again. And more aware, like, he's been telling me that he's noticed that everyone everywhere is going vegan or vegetarian or halfway pescatarian, which is where we are now. Pescatarian, I think, is when you still eat seafood. So that's where we're at now in our transition to a more wholesome and spiritual diet. So we're kind of like in the middle at the moment. That's what we're pescatarian right now. And even my son hates cheese now, and he hates dairy milk now. It makes him sick, but he still will eat ice cream and chocolate. So yeah, we're halfway. So yeah, can people change? Yes, we can. Yeah, people can change. It will take a while. It takes a while. It's like my kids will ask me, can they have some meat as a treat? And I'll say yes, because, you know, they're not going to know what's good for them until they try it all and work it out for themselves, because the more wholesome and fresh and healthy their diet becomes, the more repulsed they are by the eating animals and eating dead flesh. And yeah, it's the whole process. It's really sick. The whole process is sick. And you know, they're just, I think the body knows. But what I found really fascinating was, hang on, just lighting some white sage incense here because it helps me think. I clear my ear. It helps me think. So white sage does it. Yeah, the more cleaner and pure your diet becomes, the less that you actually want the stuff. And when you do taste it, you actually become repulsed by it and wonder how you could have done it before, how you could have even gone there before. And but the curious thing is my partner, because he was the one that I thought would be the last person to have any change. Because he comes from a very traditional, old-fashioned meat and 3 veg family, and they're still hardcore meat eaters, and I doubt that they will ever change. They would rather die of cancer and some other foul disease or breast cancer or whatever before they'd ever change anything in their diet or life. But like my partner's also waking up to the fact that he's noticing that a lot of people are changing now. A lot of people. It's not just him that's reacting this way. A lot of people are, and they're becoming more spiritual. It's like here in New Zealand, like you can't get caged factory farmed eggs anymore. They're not selling them anymore in the supermarkets because people won't buy it. They're refusing to buy that stuff. They're refusing to buy tortured, abused, enslaved animals. People are becoming more aware. They really are, as to what's going on and the lies that we're being fed. And it's like it's a mass awakening. It really is. It's a mass awakening going on, even here in New Zealand. And then we're noticing it around the world as well, this mass awakening. It's like a spiritual awakening. And then I think, well, people are going on about this event. Maybe they're right. Maybe things are changing people are ascending worldwide. There is a big ascension going on. But I still don't believe that you need to wait for it or be told when it's going to happen. Your ascension can come now and it can come anytime. But if there is changes, unseen changes that are affecting mass consciousness, universal consciousness, where on a mass scale people are waking up and it's due to outside forces, i.e. some event, then that's great if that's what's causing it. I just think that people are being more educated. They have the internet now and the news is reporting it. There's more and more news reports and TV stations reporting what goes on in the what's happening with your food and what's going on within the slaughterhouses. It's being exposed, basically. All the lies that we've been fed, they're all being exposed. And they can't hide it anymore. So people are, being aware of the injustices that are going on in the world, and people don't want that. If you saw what happened to if slaughterhouses had windows, no one would eat meat. No one would. You'd have to be inhuman if you think that's okay. And I've even said that people that work at slaughterhouses end up going vegetarian, vegan after, because what they have to do is so disgusting and so horrendous. They just can't stomach it anymore, having been face to face with the reality and the truth, because they have to work there and they have to commit these crimes against nature, against Mother Earth's children. And it's really bad karma for all of us when we all partake blindly in this. I wish that I had never been brainwashed to do this and to contribute to that pain and suffering and hell that half the planet goes through and half the creatures on our planet go through. I had been brainwashed by my parents, my grandparents, just like probably half of you watching this have been. And hopefully more and more people are waking up, more people are changing, and more people are becoming aware of the animal holocaust. And it's not just the animal holocaust, it's the human cost. Because it's bad karma on us. And the cost to our health as well. So it's an overall fact. But yeah, people are changing, and they're changing big time. There's huge changes going on now. It's going to be more like smoking is now. Smoking is frowned upon, it's banned everywhere. This is what's going to happen to the factory farms and animal torture and animal abuse. It's going to be like a dirty word, and anyone that contributes to that by paying to eat it, which is basically paying the hitman to torture and abuse the animal and exploit it and treat it in the most horrendous living conditions you've ever seen in your life. That's what we're paying for. And when I was educated and I found out what was going on in our food and how it was produced, and just go and watch Earthlings, for goodness sakes, and then you'll get a good idea of what's going on. That was enough for me. I couldn't even get past the intro. It gave me nightmares. But this is reality. This is what so-called good people are paying for. And I kind of, yeah, I struggle with that now, and a lot of people are struggling with it now, facing the reality of the hell, the pure hell that we have made this world become. We're all guilty. We're all guilty. We've all contributed to it one way or another. No one's a saint. Not even the vegans. We're all guilty of cruelty in one form or another. It's trying to limit the amount of cruelty and suffering that you inflict while you're here. Because we're all going to inflict some sort. You can't even walk down the street without crushing an ant, without even knowing it. Everywhere we go, we're killing things. So it is part of nature, but to the extreme force and ill intent that we're doing it to animals against their will and for no good reason than profit, it is pure evil, and it does have to stop. And I'm really, really happy to see that people are changing, because it could make one want to not live anymore in a world like that, you know, that is so cruel and sadistic and sick and evil. It's no wonder that a lot of young people especially are committing suicide and stuff, is wanting out of it, because it's like, especially when you start waking up and you start finding out the truth about our reality, and the truth of what's going on, and the truth about our food, the truth about the meat industry, which was part of our food. And you just don't want to be a part of that anymore. And it's, yeah, it's quite wicked. But yeah, it's, I do have to say that there are some strange things happening. People are ascending en masse. There is a big awakening going on, because my partner has made me aware of that, and he was the last person on earth that I would have thought would even go that way or even notice. So that really is a sign when that happens. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. I've rambled on enough. And yeah, stay wild. Bye for now.